Hello and welcome back to At the Table. I'm Jake.
And I'm Jason, father and son team, back at it again this week.
Yep, and we are bringing you our weekly comic haul for the week. But before we get started, we are going to share our favorite picks from last week. Now, before we get started, I know they probably overlap.
They do, so I'll pick something different than what I'm pretty sure is your favorite pick, although I would argue that it could be our favorite co-pick, but just to keep it different. I will go ahead and pick Fear Case number 4. I've really enjoyed this series. Matt Kent closed out. It's only a 4-issue mini. It left me definitely wanting more. We got a lot of the backstory about this case and how it worked out. And I think we left some plot threads. If this could be picked up later, I hope it is. But I really enjoyed it. It was a strong finish to an enjoyable series. What about you?
So, I already said, if you remember, if you guys watched last week, that I already read this book on my pick list.
And you were just a little bit excited, as I recall.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit. Strange Academy, number 9, I think.
Sounds right.
I don't.
Number 10.
Number 10. Sorry, I don't remember the number. I know it was an amazing read, though. Again, couldn't say enough good things about this book. In general, the character development. This book in particular, this issue was really good. It had some plot twists and just a really enjoyable, really good book.
Yeah, we definitely get a curveball, a little bit of a curveball with one of the characters and who one of their parents is. A lot of fun in Asgard. This is a great, fun series. Can't recommend it enough, especially if you're looking for a book like Jake and I, father, son, mother, daughter, whoever. Anyone can read this. It's really fun. The tone is great. Highly recommend it. But that closes out last week. Let's get on with our. Let's do our variant covers first. Let's cover that. We didn't pick up too many variant covers this week, but we got a few that we liked.
Okay, so let me see here. Do I go Scotty or do I go Incentive? Scotty or Incentive?
Go Scotty first.
Fine. Scotty is better, at least.
So we got 2 Scotty Young covers this week.
So first off, my personal favorite, the Scotty with a Joke.
And that's the X-Corp book, right?
Yep.
Yep, and we didn't pick up the book. This is one we picked up purely for a cover because we're not really on and current with the X titles.
Covers. We've collected a ton of them. They're constantly pulling back issues out for us.
Yeah, every time we go, we've got new Scotty Youngs that someone's dug out of the back issues for us.
We've got 4 signed from him now.
A bunch of signed and about a short box full of nothing but Scotty Young covers.
Yep.
So this is our favorite. It's a great and as Jake said, we really like the ones that have the actual jokes spelled out on the cover. That's a fun one.
Yeah. So next up is the other Scotty cover for the week, Fantastic Four number 32.
I like this one, but I think I like the other one a little bit better.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm more a fan of the jokes too. They always make me laugh. They're really funny. But I still do really like his art style. There's one variant I've still been wanting for a very long time. I'm probably gonna get soon, or save up my money for. It's a really cool variant. It's one of his. Maybe I'll show it sometime if I ever get it. But
what's next?
So this book I really liked it. How do you want to show this one?
Well, we'll show it in the.
Okay, so this is the Better Ray Bill second printing. I really like Better Ray Bill. I couldn't again say enough good things about this book. I'm starting to like him more than Thor, to be honest.
It's quickly becoming, next to Strange Academy, I think it's our favorite Marvel title, and it might be kind of filling the hole for us as a book that we both really, really enjoy every time it comes out, just like Venom is. With that going away, it feels like this might be one of those books, at least for a little while. I'm not sure how long the run on this is, that this is kind of filling a hole for us.
Oh, yeah, and it's just, again, been a really good read. I couldn't recommend this enough. Read this book. It is amazing.
Great art, great story all the way around, and we like this one so much that we picked up the second printing.
I wasn't even expecting anything in this book, to be honest. We got it from King of Black, and it has been, again, amazing.
Yeah, highly recommend that one. So that's one of the covers we picked up.
Okay, so, we'll do this cover.
And I think that's just a B cover, but it's probably one of your favorite covers of the week.
I really like this. I kind of pushed for him to get this cover instead of the A. This is the Batman Urban Legends, which, again, has been one of my favorite DC reads. I really enjoy it. Chip Zdarsky, I think, is on this. But just amazing.
Yeah, some great shorter, like a collection of Batman stories. It's been a really fun read.
It's been really good. So next up, this Stormbreaker cover. The artist on this one has done a King of Black before. That has been my favorite Stormbreaker by far. To be honest, it looks amazing in a King of Black slab. I love this person's art. It's amazing.
Yeah, they're quickly becoming one of my favorites too. I think I might like this cover even a little bit more than you. I love the colors and the way they pop, and it's just.
I still love that Venom one, but man.
So the Stormbreakers series is doing exactly what it's supposed to do, at least for us, which is introducing us to some new artists, and actually putting some on our favorites list. Folks we'll be watching out for in the future.
So next up, I know for all the Magic fans, you're going to be disappointed in me. I don't remember the name of the Planeswalker, but we opened our Magic... Our
Mystery
Magic,
Planeswalker.
Yep, our Mystery Planeswalker Magic the Gathering variant. And this is what we got. I think it's a cool cover.
Vivian, I think.
Yeah, it starts with a V for sure. I know that. We've tampered out of it a little bit and got more into comics.
We haven't been as much in the Magic lately.
Yeah, but
yeah, we couldn't leave it. We didn't want to leave it in the bag, so we definitely revealed that one early. That's it's a pretty cool book.
And for our last variant of the week, it is our only incentive, I think, for this week.
It is.
It is the 1 in 25 Lupa. I'm really sorry to this person if you watch. I'm really sorry.
Lupacino?
I'd like to apologize in advance if we're butchering that name. Amazing.
We love
amazing
your art,
artwork, though. Yes, amazing artwork. It is really good.
I'll go look up a YouTube video of someone saying it correctly for next time.
This is where we cut and search it up in Google Translate.
No, not today.
Not today.
I really like this. When we saw this...
Oh, yeah. It was by far... Like, this title has been amazing. She's been growing on my Spider Family list. She's right there with Peter Porker now. She's, quickly climbing up there. And this has been a really, really,
super
really
fun book.
read.
I love the internal art. And this cover just popped. I think I like it even. But usually the Stormbreakers are my favorites for the weeks that the Stormbreakers are out.
Agreed, but
this I think
one
this
knocked
cover,
it away.
Yeah, I love this one. This one, I couldn't wait to put this one in our personal collection.
Okay, so that was our variants for this week. But now we are going to get into our top threes. Do you want to go first?
I'll let you go first. So,
we're
moving our top three to the front of the video because we know with the whole comic haul, not everyone may have time to go through the whole video to see, but we wanted to highlight our picks early in the video.
So, keeping up with the theme, I'm going to start off with Silk, number 3. I am not familiar with this artist or writer. I really love the story. I will admit I should start looking for the writers that I really like the stories for, but I am not good at that stuff.
Yeah, I think this...
You're the person that finds me books.
This creative team, it's definitely on our radar now. This book has been...
You're like my personal shopper.
I try. It's tough for a book to grab you with a number 1. And this book grabbed us out of the gate.
For sure.
It has been... We've both kept current with it, which is a minor miracle for me.
That is a miracle for us.
It's always been fun. I don't think we've had a week yet where we both didn't love this book. It's right up there with Strange Academy as far as... I would say this, Strange Academy, and Beta Ray Bill right now are my favorite
Daredevil
Marvel
is also up
titles.
there, but yeah.
Yeah, Daredevil, of course.
Some others, but there are some big surprises that have been really amazing.
Yeah, this book came along at a good time as Venom's phasing out, King of Black's over. This has filled a hole for us in a father-son read. Can't recommend it enough.
Yep. So let's go with our next. You can go ahead and take this off.
I'm going to go ahead and go with Time Before Time. And while this was on my radar, it more so after watching John go through his picks today on Stormwatch. This seems like a fun, independent read. It's got a time travel theme to it. This book takes place in the future where life is pretty bad. So much so that this basically company has sprung up and is offering a gateway to the past for people to a better life. So and I think somehow along the way something happens to the time machine and things go off track. The premise sounds pretty fun, and I'm looking forward to checking this one out.
So I'm gonna admit, going in with these picks, I honestly wish I could do 7 picks. Because there were 6 or 7 books that I would totally highlight as my top 3. But this book really takes the cake. I've really been enjoying it. Chips of Darcy's work, so I'm guessing you know what it is. Spider Shadow. I really love his take on this. The artwork is amazing. And just the story in general has been really, really good.
It's dark.
Yeah, it is dark, but it's still been it's really cool seeing that kind of perspective on what would have happened.
What would have happened had Peter kept the symbiote.
Yeah,
I think the cover for this one says it all. It looks like Mary Jane is hiding from, I guess, a venomized Peter Parker coming around the corner. I expect this one to go some dark places, but I'm definitely in for the ride from what I've seen so far of the art. And Chip he's killing it with his stories right now. Definitely one of our absolute favorites.
Yeah. He's on number 2 for me.
This is very high on my list. I will not let this one slide down the pile. I will absolutely be reading this.
Your next book I really, really enjoyed.
I feel like this is another one that you and I could have fought over for our favorites.
For sure.
And this is a series that I feel like has stayed strong. It's another one of those rare books that hooked both Jake and I from issue 1, which is not easy to do.
Plus, it is an independent. Which is even harder to hook both of us.
It is for you. I'm a sucker for independence. But
I said both of us.
You're right, both of us. But we've got 7 Secrets by Boom Studios. Continues to be an amazing book, among my absolute favorites. Every time that I think that it can't top the last book, it can't keep getting better, it just does. It delivers fun, issue after issue, month after month. And now that we're back, we're getting our regular issues of this again. I can't wait. I'm all in on this book. Definitely among our top 5 or 6 favorite father-sons, and it's been there since issue 1, which, again, there's a handful of them, but this is a great read.
Yeah, I would totally agree. So, next up, this book has been really fun from the start, really amazing. I've read all of the previous series of this. This is Challenge of the Super Sons, number 2. It got right into action. I love these two as a duo. They really complement each other.
Of a duo at the proper age, which we've complained about in the past with what they did with Jonathan. I still think that's one of the worst things that they've done in years.
But I like seeing this, reading the other Super Sons. I am really happy this came out. I really like it. I would totally read it and pick it up.
Yeah, I can't recommend this one enough. The only thing that I'm upset about with this one, and I believe it's only 7 issues. I wish it were longer. So this is number 2 of 7. But I will enjoy what ride we can get out of these two at this point in their life. It's a great story. I'm still hoping against hope that somehow DC fixes what they did to Jonathan and can get back to doing a regular Super Sons book, because I feel like they're missing a great opportunity for a family book there.
Yep. You want to go ahead and take it off with your last pick?
Yeah, and I'm going to kind of pull a wild card with
the Joker merch.
Yep, I am going to go with the Joker number 3. I have heard, and in full disclosure, I still have 1 and 2 upstairs, so I'm making this pick under the assumption, well, being your personal YouTube manager takes a lot of time.
It does.
You're getting popular.
Plus you feed me, which is also a really hard task.
Yeah, and then you have 2 siblings who also require a bit of time. Yeah. Anyway, getting back to comics, the Joker, I've heard so many good things, and the book, it sounds like it's not at all what I thought, and we're getting more of a Commissioner Gordon or ex-Commissioner Gordon story here as he chases after the Joker. So even though the book is the Joker, I don't think he's the central character. I've just heard too many good things from too many people that I trust, so I'm moving this to the top of the pile. I'm going to read 1 and 2, and I'm really looking forward to getting current with this on 3 this week.
Okay, so that was our top 3 picks for the week. Now we're just going to get on to our weekly haul. So this book, in particular, Black Cat number 6, has been on our picks for a while since
We've
it started off.
We've kept it in the pull list since King and Black.
Yep,
it was just too much fun.
So it started a kind of new arc in this. The last issue was really amazing. Kind of left it on a little bit of a cliffhanger, just like you want to know what happens next, but not like a life or death. But really, really good book.
Definitely a solid read.
I love the Doctor Strange and all that, but like...
Yeah, she's really grown on us, and this one is one of the ones that we picked up just as one of the tag-along titles, one of the things that was going on during King and Black, and it's one of the few things that made the cut that we picked, that we added to our pool list during King and Black because of King and Black.
Or did not.
That we really liked this character, and we've kept it on the pool list to read her story. I pulled that out for you. So flipping back over, I'm going to pull out Recount number 4. I really like this series. I am current on this. I've made a real effort because the unique premise of this just kind of It's very timely with what's going on. Try to shelter Jake from a bit of it, but so it's definitely not a Jake book. But given how divisive politics and everything are these days, this is an interesting, I'll even call it a cautionary tale of extremes. So really enjoying it. Kind of left a little bit of a cliffhanger. It looks like things are really starting to heat up. Maybe we're on the edge of like a full-on civil war in this book. I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes. It's been a fun's probably the wrong word. It's been an interesting read and definitely thought-provoking.
Okay, so next up, my personal comic book picker-outer. This I haven't read it because he said it wasn't the best. No hate on this book, though. Some people may like it, you know.
Yeah, we don't go negative, but
yeah.
I will just say I read Heroes Reborn 1. I still think you should read it to make your own choice.
I'll read it still, yeah. But
not for me. I wanted to like it more than I did, and I probably will read. I've kept it on the pull list because I read it kind of late, and once something's already on, it was already in the box, so I wasn't going to not get it. But didn't really enjoy overall the first issue. So it just, to me, it felt like Marvel kind of riffing on DC characters, which I know is kind of the whole point, but I just didn't enjoy it. That being said, really enjoyed how Blade's being used in this. I don't know. I'll probably hang in for issue number 2, but I'm not super stoked about the series. I'm sure some people are going to love it. Just not really for me.
So I'm going to read this book and start figuring out what this book is about while you do that.
I can tell you exactly what that book is about.
But I don't want you to. I want to act like I know.
Oh, he's going to cheat.
Yeah.
I will go with Project Patreon number 2. It's another one that is on my list. I have not caught up on. But the premise of this story is 30 years ago, this superhero battled out with the big bad of the universe, and both ended up they killed each other. So the government kind of replaces him with basically some kind of replicant that's piloted by this team of folks that it takes to pilot this replacement. So that's kind of, it sounded like a pretty unique premise for a book. So I'm going to at least hopefully catch up on it this week, but it's going to stay on the pull list. Have you caught up yet?
I think I have, so now I can act like I know everything that's going on. Okay, so my next book, I'm going to admit it was on Stormwatch maybe, but I still didn't pay attention because I have a short attention span. Peter Parker, The Amazing Shutterbug. So, after using my intense brain skills and thinking about this really hard, I remember that it was a Peter Parker as in this like Jimmy Olsen kind of standpoint, with Hyperion being the Superman. Yeah.
I think that comes down to the core issue. While I am not enjoying this, I'm just not enjoying their riff on obvious DC parallels. Mm-hmm. I would rather just have normal Marvel stories, new stuff instead of this kind of
They've
riff.
been doing amazing. I mean,
I like my DC characters in the DC books and my Marvel characters in my Marvel books.
Agreed.
And I don't know. I'm just not super stoked about reading about a depowered Spider-Man Peter Parker.
yeah.
Probably not our thing. I'll thumb through it. Maybe I'm wrong. Hope I'm wrong.
So, next up, I know nothing about this book besides it's written by Chip Zdarsky, so I'm going to read it.
Yep, I think this is one, I don't even remember if I had this on my list or if John pulled it for me and put it on, which he will do when he knows there's a book that I might like because of a favorite writer, etc. But Chip Zdarsky, this is the Justice League in the future. It's one of those stories where it's after they've broken up. They've come back together. There's a trial going on that has potentially galactic implications. And there's a lot of bad blood between Batman and Superman, and it's just, can they all put their differences aside to move forward? So, I don't know. This one could be fun. It's Chip Zdarsky, so I'm going to read it regardless, and I'm sure it's going to be an interesting read just because of who wrote it.
Okay, so next up on my list, it is going to be Giant Size Amazing Spider-Man King Ransom. I haven't read anything about this. I know what's currently happening in The Amazing Spider-Man. I'm current on that. So,
as I understand it, this is a one-shot that ties in, and it's kind of wrapping up some of those plot threads as we're winding down and getting ready to go into the next plot arc, which is what I've decided will be my jumping on point, because I have fallen so far behind in the main Spider-Man title that I'm just,
okay.
I know, I'm declaring Spider-Man bankruptcy, and I'm going to jump in on the next arc. I probably will. This is a one shot, so it should be pretty easy to jump in, and maybe you can clue me in if I'm a little bit lost.
Okay. Let's see here.
I'll pick one. I've got Scout's Honor. I believe this is issue 5. This has been another book by Aftershock and Scout, or actually Boom too. They're all killing it. Some great stories. I've really enjoyed this since issue 1. It grabbed me, maybe not so much. There's enough of a hook there that I knew that I was going to stay on this book after issue 1. This is another. Reading a lot of post-apocalyptic stuff lately. Maybe that's because of the state of the world. Everyone thinks this is where we're going. But we've got a Boy Scout-like organization in the future that is kind of what's left of holding society together. The main character here, I can't go into too much spoilers. There's more to this organization than what they believe. And you find out some things about the character early on and about the history of that group that keeps you wanting to read. So that one stays on the pull list. Looking forward to that one. All right, so we'll pick up the pace and get through the rest of the stack a little bit quicker. So we're running a little bit long. We've got, for our next bit of our haul, we've got Silver City by Aftershock, number 1. New story. I think this might have also made John's Stormwatch list as well. It's one that I've had on my pool list for a little bit, and I read the preview. Here we've got this book takes place in what is essentially a purgatory-like city. The main heroine is trying to deal with all that and find out who killed her, while another character also kind of comes into the mix, complicates things, and they're trying to figure out how she got there as well. And this character may have powers or maybe special in some way that's not typically seen in the city. It sounded like a fun book. Well, maybe interesting book.
So next up, we got Star Wars: The High Republic. And you know what's interesting about this book? Look at that. It appears Miles Morales is writing this book.
I don't think that's the same Morales.
You don't think so?
So this is, I'm a couple issues behind on this one, but I'm keeping this on the pull list so I can get my fix. I have looked at it. I cannot jump into 35, 36, whatever, how many 30 books the whole bounty hunter thing that they're doing is now, but I'll just stick with this and maybe one or two others to get my Star Wars fix until the Mandalorian or the Boba Fett series starts up.
So next up, I don't know anything about the book besides his suit looks really cool.
Well, you need to let me see it so I can talk about it.
Why don't you just look at the camera?
Oh, Batman Detective. This is a limited series, Batman. This is him.
2 out of 6.
Yep, 2 out of 6. This is sort of a standalone Batman adventure. He's off in Europe running around dealing with kind of a personal mystery in a group. It's another one where I'm behind. I didn't read number 1, but I hear good things. I'm going to make an effort to catch up and get current on it this week. Maniac of New York, number 4. I have been reading, I think I'm 1 issue behind on this book, but I really like how they're treating sort of this supernaturally just unstoppable killing machine as a force of nature. It's almost like they're treating like if Jason Voorhees were real and they were treating it like a force of nature. How do you deal with that in the city? So this has been an interesting read. I like the premise a lot.
So next up, I would like to say I'm current on this, and I've even read the topic of this, but I have not.
Magic number 2. I have high hopes for this. I have not read the number 1 yet, but I trust Boom. We haven't been playing Magic. We kind of got turned off by playing Magic out. So that and all of the releases, and we still like to play Commander, and we're trying to get back into it, but there's so much lately. Yeah. But I feel like this gives us a way to enjoy the lore, to jump back into kind of the Magic world without all the commitment of the collecting the cards is right now. So I have high hopes for that one. I'm hoping that'll be a fun read for us.
Yep. So next up, I know you wanted this book, so
Proctor Valley Road, number 3. This is another series that I'm behind on, but this has been really well received. I'm looking forward to catching up with that. It's staying on the pool list just because I know, based on the other folks that I know who are current on this, I trust them. I'm going to keep that one on the list and maybe catch up this week on it.
So I'm guessing we just got this book for Mommy. So
well, eventually I'm going to dive into the Black Hammer series as well. But Black Hammer is one of the few books that my wife is willing to read the floppies for as they come out. She loves the series, everything Black Hammer. I'm sure that'll make our buddy Chandler smile that It's been such a hit with the family.
Yeah.
So that one will go to her. And one of these days, I will catch up with the trades and dive headfirst into that universe myself.
Vampires.
Yep, stake number 3. We've talked about this series in the past. I'm still not current on it. I think it's got a lot of promise. I think it could be fun. Probably not a Jake book, but it's one that I'm looking forward to jumping into.
Okay, so next up, I'm going to summarize this easy for you. Guy in a gas mask.
You Promised Me Darkness. This has been number 1 was a hot book. I think this is, I believe this is the one with here, number 2 by Behemoth. I think this is the book, if I'm not mistaken, that has to do with Halley's Comet and people getting powers. And then there's basically a dark force pursuing those folks that get these powers. So I'm not current. I haven't, between everything going on, I'm way behind on my pull list reads, but I'm keeping this on there because I hear nothing but good things about this book.
Next up, definitely not current on this book.
Wonder Woman. This is another one that we felt Future State messed us up in a big way. We were chugging along on Wonder Woman and Batman and a couple of other core DC titles. I was just starting to get you hooked on Batman.
Yeah, you were.
And then along came Future State, which I know some people are now saying they want to go back and read because the Infinite Frontier stuff is so great. And I agree, the Infinite Frontier stuff, much different tone, super enjoyable. I've enjoyed everything I've read from there so far. But we're behind, and definitely behind in this one. We need to catch up. We've stayed on it. We have all the issues of Wonder Woman, but we need to just make a concerted effort to get caught up on. So we've got, by Image Comics, we've got The Silver Coin number 2. This is an anthology horror series. Different writers, kind of telling a different story that all centers around this silver coin. I heard good things about number 1. Haven't read it. Since I didn't get to give it a chance yet, it stayed on the pull list.
Summarize this up for you because I don't know anything about it. Rogue fighting demon moose.
Okay. Paranormal Hitman, we've talked about this one before. Sadly, I'm still not current on this. But I still think this is a book that I'm going to enjoy. And I'm guessing this one's limited, so at this point, I probably will wait it out and then just read the entire thing once I have it all in front of me.
I'm summarizing the last one, too. Electrical dude fighting ants. There.
Another one by Image. Geiger, number 2. I'm not current on this one either. You can...
It's okay. It's okay.
I'll hang my head in shame.
I still love you.
I'm trying. We're buying more books than I can read.
Yeah, we are.
Someday I'll have some extra time.
You do film 5 videos a week, so.
Yeah, it's been a little bit crazy.
Plus, you actually have a job, so.
And kids.
And kids. 3 kids.
And a wife to try to keep someone happy.
And a dog.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And 2 cats. And
I will catch up eventually. Geiger, number 2. I hear good things about number 1. Jeff Johns, Gary Frank, Brad Anderson. We've got great creators. I hear good things. So I'm sticking on this till I can catch up on it. I think it's definitely going to be worth the effort. So that's it.
Yep, that is it for our week.
A little heavier this week than it was last week.
Yeah, for sure.
We definitely our backlog is growing, but you got it. Maybe you can prod me along and help me make a dent in it this week.
Maybe.
Yeah, you can try. I know at least you'll be current. So
she's jalapeno poppers, and I will.
You gotta bribe you?
Yeah. That's how all chores work. Get bribed with food or money.
Okay, back on track. So that's it for this week. We really appreciate you tuning in. We hope you're getting some enjoyment out of this.
Yep. Again, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching.
Yeah, in particular, thanks to the new subscribers who have jumped on recently.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, thanks for all the comments you guys are leaving, and just in general, thanks for all the support.
Yep, and stay tuned. We have a couple of other videos coming up. We're going to be doing some one-offs this week. Jake and I have opened up. The mail's so slow, some of our mystery boxes have came late, but we're going to open up a Comic Tom box, and we've got the Scout Comics monthly box.
Yep, and here's a little secret for you guys. We finally got our Batman Lego set.
And a Carnage Lego set.
And a Carnage Lego
set.
So
hopefully you liked it. If you checked it out, we'll link it if you didn't already check it out.
I'm shocked. That's our #1 viewed video.
People like Lego and people like Venom. So it just goes together. But we're going to be putting Batman together and talking about Batman like we did with Venom. And then we will follow that up in a week or 2 with Carnage, which is super timely since the second trailer the trailer for the new sequel just dropped. Which we'll talk about in a future video. Needless to say, this guy's really excited.
Yeah.
So that's it for this week.
I want to go in and out of like one of those big movie theaters.
Rent the whole theater out.
Well, like what we did with Liam's birthday.
Well, maybe we will. Hopefully, by the time this hits theaters, thing will be a little back to normal. We'll be in a proper theater to see that movie. So that's it for this week. Thanks again for watching. It means a lot. We appreciate the feedback.
Yep.
If you have a minute, please like and subscribe.
Give us one of these.
Poppy knows that's for him. He will,
Yep.
won't he? But thanks again, and we'll see you soon.
Yep, bye.